Hi, Jody. Hi.
Hi, Ms. Miller. It's nice to see you with headphones and a microphone now that we can't see the microphone, but I saw it yesterday.
I'm a big girl with a big radio show. I'm a
Yeah.
big girl now.
Yay.
I have a big show again.
Yay! Thanks to Sean. He did a lot of the heavy lifting on that.
Oh, my God. Can I just say, Sean Comiskey and Chris Lavoie, we would not be on the air without either of them, just getting in there, man. And, good God. Jody, you know how it is. My dad's got a barn. We're putting on a show.
Hey, I definitely know how that is.
And we're finding out equipment has a shelf life.
Yes. We knew my box was past its prime, but yikes.
Wow. Well, your box has traveled to New Jersey and back.
That's
New
true.
York. It went to New Jersey for MSNBC and it went to New York for your ill-fated sojourn.
It has little stickers all over it, little passport things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that it's sticky because when I've tried to utilize your box, it does stick.
Yeah. Well, you're straight. You know. What? Okay, Jody. Okay. Since it's Groundhog Day, what I don't want is 6 more weeks of this bipartisan unity bull. Right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Go. It's just OMG. Our friend. By the way, Jill Wine-Banks has a fantastic new podcast.
Yes.
With Bart McQuaid and Joyce Vance, and they'll all be joining us. Jill Wine-Banks today. But Joyce Vance said, if we want to reopen K through 12, shouldn't teachers and staff be a top priority for vaccination? Am I missing something? I mean, now that we have all this boring, right, Joanne? Boring competence, right?
Boring.
Yes, like all the stuff we should have been doing, right, Jody? Like investing in these home tests.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, that's one of the big problems. Not only, first of all, I've had to pay for testing every time. Because Chris and I can't get it at Kaiser. Chris couldn't get it till he got COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so for anybody that wants to be back in a workplace, it's only a snapshot in time. These are every day.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. You get results at home in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, that's the only way.
Imagine if they would have done that right immediately with the Trump administration.
I mean, and these are apparently very accurate. Right now, they're a little too expensive. So as soon as they ramp up production, it should be affordable for most people to be able to do.
$30 is a barrier of entry to quite a few people. Yeah,
it is absolutely, but it's almost as accurate. It's just a few percentage points less accurate than a pregnancy test, and those are super accurate, easy. And apparently with this test, I read up on it this morning. Apparently with this test,
of course, you're the smartest girl in class.
You have to upload an app, which some people freak out about. And that way, if you test positive, it just says the zip code that is tested positive. I mean, I would personally get on the phone and call everybody I knew and say, hey, I've been around you in the last 6 weeks or whatever, go get tested. That's me. I don't care about that. But other people are freaked out.
If you go to a county site and you test positive, they call you and they attempt to do some contact tracing.
And I'm all for it. I mean, I would tell all of the neighbors and go like, okay, when was I near this person outside? You know what I mean?
Right. And I've been saying this forever, Jody. This is just, it's so ass backwards the way they did everything. Don't you start with schools?
Yeah.
Isn't it critical that kids go back to school, not just for obvious reasons, but for the entire economy? So their parents can go back to work so that, kids are getting a real education. And you shut the restaurants and bars, pay them, keep them whole, put all your money into opening the schools safely, vaccinate teachers, do ventilation, we're just now having to un-F everything that Donald Trump F'd, right? I mean, it's insane. I mean, did you see this? What was the story yesterday, Travis? The people we even first of all, his China ban, how many times can we say it? Was way too late, way too many loopholes in it. It actually caused the crisis here because he let 40,000 people in who just went to Europe and then came right into New York.
And no quarantining.
Right. And then the people they let in from Wuhan, they didn't, no masks, just let them get on commercial flights and go home. They didn't. Oh, my God. I mean, this did not have to be like this. We wouldn't even be where we are with all these variants and all this stuff, right?
It would have been stopped. But the UC Davis has done everything pretty well. Did you guys read the article on UC Davis? I believe it was in the Times. They reopened the school a few months ago. They're testing all of the students, all of the faculty, plus the entire city of Davis is getting tested pretty much daily now. So they've figured this out. The students are at school. If somebody gets sick, they quarantine them and the school's paying for the quarantining. It's like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Fauci, filling in for Dr. Doom today. Here we go.
We don't have enough data yet, and the CDC will be collecting this as to whether or not 2 masks are going to be better than 1 mask. But, if you use common sense and say, until we get the data, if a physical barrier with 1 mask works, it makes common sense that 2 layers or 3 layers, and you should have a double layer mask and 1 mask anyway. But if you want to put an extra mask on, there's nothing wrong with that. We can't formally recommend it because we don't have the science behind it. But I would not hesitate to tell someone, if they want to wear 2 masks, go ahead.
You know what? I don't wait for science and testing. Yeah. I have ordered Chris and Travis, and frankly, Krista, to wear 6 masks and 10 condoms at a time. Yeah. And it's very uncomfortable.
When I go out, my mask mountain is out to here.
Yeah, mine is.
Yeah, so when when I turn
10,
my head, I hit people.
And 10 regular condoms and then a full body condom.
Sure.
It is required.
Well, absolutely.
There might be civil liberties issues, but I'm the head of HR, so it doesn't matter.
Safety first.
Yes, Dr. Fauci, again.
Well, the variants, for example, particularly the South African variants, is obviously here. We know that there have been a couple of cases in South Carolina and one in Maryland. It is certainly not the dominant strain, but if it becomes dominant, the experience of our colleagues in South Africa indicate that even if you've been infected with the original virus, that there is a very high rate of reinfection to the point where previous infection does not seem to protect you against reinfection, at least with the South African variant. That's the one that we know the most about when it comes to reinfection.
Fantastic. Something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. The sequel is always worse.
I was just thinking the immunity was the sunny side of
my niece
COVID.
My niece knows a couple of people that, at least one person that has been reinfected.
Oh,
so
fantastic. Oh, it's great. Okay. Well, that and not being able to smell my dog's poo for my giant dog poo pickup every day.
Has your sense of smell improved?
A little bit. I have a little bit of smell and taste back. And it's been like 4 weeks.
Okay.
A little over. Yeah. A little bit.
Sweet spot. It's coming back.
Yeah. Okay. And then one last one, Dr. Fauci.
It is conceivable that things could get a little worse. What we're starting to see, which is a good sign, is that we're starting to see a plateauing of the numbers of cases, which will always be followed by a diminution and a plateauing, and then ultimately a diminution of hospitalizations as well as deaths. But still, even if it plateaus and starts to come down, we're still at a very high, disturbing level.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was watching the County of Los Angeles presentation yesterday with Dr. Barbara Ferrer, and our numbers are like going down like that. It's kind of...
but we just reopened all the stupid restaurants. So,
well, yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Ridiculous. Now, does Dr. Ferrer work with Dr. Hafar? or is Dr. Ferrer? Is she with? Okay. All right. Grandpa can't find it.
Hafar.
There you go.
Yeah. Dr. Ferrer. It's Hafar.
Okay. Ricky tweets, the Biden administration confirms 20 million doses of the vaccine are missing. I'm going to guess that criminal slumlord Jared Kushner has a lot to do with why they're missing, AKA the foreign countries he sold them to. Yeah, I bet you that's going to. Oh, and Alan Dershowitz nominated Jared Kushner for a Nobel Peace Prize. Who someone said, Jack said, that's like Hannibal Lecter nominating Jeffrey Dahmer for a Michelin star. Yep. Stacey Abrams was really nominated for a Nobel Prize.
Right.
Yeah.
She deserves it. She deserves it. That was very exciting. Okay, can I have some wacky comedy music, Chris? We just have to, Jody, go over this. We are just really lucky. Every story we're reading, how close we came to being Nadia from Pussy Riot, from being in that country with an autocracy, right? Mm-hmm. Or Myanmar, where the army says the election was fraudulent, right? I mean, we were, except for these idiots. So Axios has this 3,000-word report dealing what it describes as the craziest meeting of the Trump presidency. That seems like a thing. It's nothing. So Sasquatch was there.
Yeah.
You could hear her coming because she was going to come put the star on the tree anyway.
Looky what he can do.
Sidney Powell, Mike Flynn, and for some reason, the Overstock CEO, what was that guy doing there?
Oh, yeah, he's a right-wing lunatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
They stormed into the Oval Office, trying to convince Trump to command federal law enforcement to seize Dominion voting machines. Sidney Powell told Trump she could prove Dominion voting machines flipped votes to President Biden in a Georgia county. One White House senior advisor, however, immediately spotted a flaw in Powell's claims, namely Trump had actually won the county in question.
Oh.
So your theory is Dominion intentionally flipped the vote so we could win that county? He said. Okay, Overstock CEO gets utterly humiliating after trash talking Trump's staff members. Byrne, who had never before met the president in person, nevertheless didn't hesitate to throw his weight around, accuse his staff members of being disloyal for not doing enough to help him overturn the election. You're a quitter, Burns told Hirschman. Do you even know who the I am, you idiot? Yeah, you're Patrick Cipollone. Wrong, you idiot.
Oh, dear.
Hirschman shouted.
Oh.
Sidney Powell gets lambasted for making embarrassing spelling mistakes in her legal filings. White House staff secretary ran out of patience with Powell, who's cracking lawsuits. Infamously crashed and burned. You bought 60 cases, he told Powell, and you've lost every case you've had. You somehow managed to misspell the word district 3 different ways in your suits. Patrick Byrne claims he gave Hillary $18 million bribe as part of an FBI sting. This is the Overstock guy?
Yeah.
He repeatedly claimed he knew the FBI to be corrupt because they used him to catch Hillary Clinton taking bribes, but somehow never arrested her. I know how this works. I bribed Hillary Clinton $18 million on behalf of the FBI for a sting. Hirschman was incredulous, demanded to know what Byrne was talking about. The former Overstock CEO never elaborated, yet still stood by that. Mark Meadows scrambled to stop Trump from appointing Powell as special counsel to investigate voter fraud.
Oh my God.
Okay, Trump actually didn't have the authority to do that. Let's just start with that. Mark Meadows said he could not believe such a proposal was being contemplated, quickly tried to throw cold water on it. Meadows indicated he was trying to wrap his mind around exactly what Powell's role would entail. He told Powell she would have to fill out some questionnaire before starting a special counsel. That was seen as a delaying tactic. The sense in the room is that Trump might actually greenlight this extraordinary proposal. Okay, she specifically is to put the star on the top of the Christmas tree. She's not qualified for any. Oh my God.
That's
it's
insane.
because of these incompetent, ridiculous morons that we. Okay, I don't even know what to say about that whole. Okay, and now who knows what's going to happen, Jody? What are your predictions for the impeachment? Because he has the guy that wouldn't prosecute.
Bill Cosby.
Yes, Bill Cosby wanted to wanted to represent Jeffrey Epstein, and what else? Oh, and then the other guy, Russian mobsters. So he has those guys now.
Right.
So they said the election fraud is not going to be their focus, but he's probably going to make them throw that in.
Probably.
Which will be great because then they'll have to prove it.
Right. Yeah. I think they need to hire Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny as their next lawyer, since they've already quoted him before that. So why not?
Marissa Tomei is the real brains in that operation.
That is true.
The defense is wrong.
Exactly. It's got posy traction.